All right. Good evening, everybody. So, tonight's class, and Kim, I don't know why I had such a smooth operation last night. And tonight, it's just being a little bugaboo tonight. Let's see if I can try this thing. Shit. Normally if I was just using the slides, this would be okay. But last night I was able to switch back and forth. Tonight it's not letting me do that. And I know it's
Did you share your whole desktop?
did I do what?
When you shared your screen, did you share the entire desktop or just um, the charts?
I'm just sharing the chart.
Okay. Usually when you don't share the desktop, it doesn't let you click from tab to tab.
Well, shoot. God dang it. Well, y'all, this will be a little jinky tonight. All right. So, what we're going to talk about tonight is recognizing volume. Now, normally I'd go right to the movement of price after structure, but because we added volume to um, the order of operation, we need to discuss it. Now, I also believe that volume and structure, not necessarily price and structure, but volume and structure are partners. Volume and structure are partners because if you use them properly, it will help you entering and exit trades. If you use it properly, it will help you using entering and exit trades. So tonight's agenda is to identify increases and decreases in volume, where to find it, what to do with the information. Okay? Where to find it and what to do with the information. So, key components in measuring volume. Well, the momentum chart, the RSI, the ADX, the MACD, and price, or meaning the current candle. So if I'm looking at the current candle, right? If I'm looking at the current candle, is this current candle is giving an indication of what? Of course, it's current price. All right, I know that. But what else is
No
it
volume,
telling me here?
no volume consolidation.
No volume consolidation. Very good. So I don't have any volume here. So understanding structure, right? So here's a flat top candle, right? Here is price from here at the end of this period. Money's left this downward movement, and here is another small candle. Now, here's what we talk about, Kim, about this being this being a partnership between price and structure. I know that there's no money here. All right, how do I do that, Kim?
Go back to your PowerPoint. And click on slideshow.
What?
Click on slide, excuse me, slideshow,
Yeah.
and then let the concurrent slide.
Let the let him
Click
slide.
on
No, no, no. I
slideshow.
don't want him to slide because because they're gonna change before I'm ready for them to change.
Oh, you got them on. Okay.
Thank you, though. So I know that price is it has decreased, yes, which means volume has decreased, which also means what? So price here, I got a continuation here from this downward movement with this flat top candle, right? But now I
Change
have
your screen. Change your screen.
I'm sorry. Y'all, my granddaughters were here today. They can go. God, dog, they can go. Lord have mercy, they can go. And what I mean by that, I mean they don't stop. They don't stop. And then when they took a nap, I took a nap. All right. So so I have a continuation here, right? But structure is my partner in recognizing where I might have an area of rejection. Maybe. Maybe. Well, Derek, why do you say that? Well, I had a strong downward movement here, right? Then I ran into structure. I have an H4 support here, yesterday's low, and of course this demand box. And structure is also motivating price to move in an upward movement. Y'all feel me on that? And what we're talking about is proving that volume and structure are in partnership with one another if you know how to use it. Right? So I'm sitting here looking at this. So let's say I'm not in the trade. Let's say I just click on this and I'm going like, oh, shoes. So now I've determined that I have a demand box here. I have these two periods so far have a decrease in volume from here. This is a show enough decrease in volume. Yes, absolutely. These are definitely not engulfing candles, right? And when I see in the doji, I love seeing in the doji because this let me know that the market is taking money out of this movement. And then I have another follow-up with a smaller candle that shows no money, which is telling me that maybe that this downward movement is over. The partnership comes into play where I have an H4 support line, and I have this area of demand. But what's the other key component to telling me that structure is telling me that this might be an area of rejection? What's another key component here? We talked about it last night.
Look to the left.
Right, absolutely. Good job, David. So we're going to look to the left and look at past price. And this is an area of rejection to the upper movement. Could this be happening here? Well, it's pretty young in the period. Pretty young in the period. So if we go back to key components of volume, if we go back to key components of volume, One of them being price in the current candle. Yes?
Yes, sir.
So if that's the case, what is this candle telling us? Look at it.
Indecision.
Well, I don't know if I'm gonna go there with you. And Kim, tell him why I'm probably not going there with him. You know why?
Well, that candle hasn't closed yet. So I don't know that you could really say indecision. And it's sitting at the 8.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh,
That's what I meant
Lord.
to do. That's a flat top candle. So
Oh,
there's no indecision here.
Oh,
So this candle could be a continuation, and him is growing since we've been on here.
yeah, it's true. And it's pushing through the H4.
So pushing through the H4, I have a flat top candle, which is another continuation. Or if I was looking for flat top candles to add positions, this would be another position that I would add to this downward movement at this point. However, price could still reject here. So the question is, because I see a flat top candle, am I going to get into the trade? So let's go back to our slide for a second. Volume measuring stick. So I have current price, which we're talking about now, but I also have the MACD, the ADX, the RSI, and the momentum chart itself. So Derek, I'm kind of confused. What are we doing? Well, what we're doing is trying to determine, has the volume on the downward movement continued? If I don't have anything else to measure this thing with, if I'm just looking at the candle, the answer is probably yes. Why? Why? Oh, Jesus Christ, y'all gonna make me run into volume. Right, y'all gonna make me run right into traffic.
It's the MACD.
Well, hold on. Listen to the scenario. If all I have to do, or if all I have at my disposal is this, the candles and structure, what is telling me that volume on the downward movement is still present? So don't look at the indicators yet. We're just looking at structure and the candle itself. What is telling me or giving me a hint that the money on the downward movement is still present?
Would it be the flat top candle?
That sure will, Miss Elaine. It sure will. Good job. Now, if I'm in the trade, David, Elaine, if I'm in the trade, right? Let's say I got in this trade after yesterday's high. So, David, I'm in here full boat, baby. And I opened up a second position because of this flat top candle. Now I'm thinking about opening up a third because of the flat top. The flat top candle is telling me that the money for the downward movement is still present. Now, these guys that got out of here and took their money out of here, did they get out of the trade early? Is it anything here that told them to get out?
No.
Oh, well, let me ask the question another way. Is it something here that scared the shit out of these guys to make them get out of this trade?
Structure.
Mm-hmm. Very good. Structure and this H4, yesterday's low, all of that. Because remember, what happens at 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock Eastern? What happens?
Good day.
New day. Australia said, good morning, world. And then that money said, nah, this get ready to go the other way. So all these dudes that were in here got out. And new day, and also meant what? The money was probably what here? The money was probably what here?
He was taking their money away, I would think.
I mean, but what was the issue with the money here? Probably, since this is a new day, what was the issue here with the money?
There's no volume there if it's a new day.
Okay.
Buy orders waiting.
Say it again.
Buy orders sitting there waiting.
Yes. So if you got a lot of buy orders, right? If you got a lot of sell orders too, because you got some wholesale sell orders here, obviously. But if you got a lot of orders here, what's that do to the spread?
Gonna make it go higher.
Yes. So what happened here is a lot of people saw structure, also saw the and this is the deal about one of the reasons why I really try not to trade at the new day unless something significant is going on. Then it might be worth the price. But other than that, I usually try not to trade that first hour of the new day because the spreads are really high. So spread, structure, wholesale buying orders, all of these things may have contributed to the fact of making these people get out. Then I got a flat top candle here at the moment. Did they come back? Still looking at GBP USD. Well, if you look at USD, it looks like they did. But we got consolidation here.
Yep.
So right now, if I'm not in the trade, am I messing with this right now?
No, sir.
I'm probably not. But I'm also anticipating it would be, Kim, this is enough for me to wait. Even though this is like, when you walk in a restaurant and you walk about other people's table, when you go into yours and you see a good piece of steak on somebody's plate.
Right. Yep.
That's what that is. I might want some of that. Well, let's sit down and look at the menu. Let's order some drinks and appetizers and see what else is available. And you freeloading asses that like to share off people's plates. You're not sharing off mine. There's some people just roll their eyes. Y'all, I don't do that. I'm so sorry. I just don't. So We sit down, we take a look around, and then we determine, hey, if this is sure enough going to go through here, then I can wait for it to get here. Y'all feel me? Unless money comes in here and then all of a sudden, David, this box disappears. Now we got a whole new program now. Y'all feel me on that? If the volume increases here to the point where this disappears, then we got a whole new program. And that's a discussion for another time. So we look at here, and when we get ready to go to the momentum, but somebody tell me what I'm probably looking at when I go to the momentum to look at the momentum indicator. Tell me what I'm probably going to be looking at.
Direction.
Okay, but up, down, what? What? In other words, what is that momentum going to look like just based on where price is right now?
Oh, flat.
Okay, I agree. But look, it's upward. So now we got flat lines on the RSI. The stochastic is being oversold at the moment, which means that old girl could come out of here and get into this sweet spot. But even if it does, I am not moving 1 inch until the measurement, the main measurement besides RSI, is this momentum. If that momentum has not broken this, and Kim, look, when I was looking at this signal, the first thing that I'm saying, hey, I was ready to say, hey, as soon as it pops out of this 100, but I had to look to the left by habit, and I looked right here.
Yeah.
So it not only has to cross the 100, it has to cross this level of structure. Everybody see that? Looking to the left on these indicators is just as important as looking to the left when you're looking at price. Y'all feel me on that?
Yes, sir.
Because look at here. Look at him right here. Waiting for you to step out there early. Just waiting for you to step out there early. And this is a show enough strong, because look here, Greg. Here's a flat top, flat bottom, and another flat top right here.
Yes, sir.
Okay? All right. So we also know that the RSI is on that volume measuring stick as well. The RSI helps measure price in overperforming or overperforming areas. And the RSI is letting us know that price is just flat when it comes to the RSI. And we saw that on the momentum, right? So right now, volume is saying, hold out, chill, because I am not present. Everybody understand?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes, sir.
All right. So, problems with traders and volume. Number one, not following the rules. Boy, y'all tickle me when I hear the stories about how y'all want to circumvent shit and talk about stuff, get all out of the order of operation. Number two, not being able to understand signals. So let's go back to the chart. This is the number one signal, and I probably don't even need to look at the momentum, or I don't need to look at any other indicators other than price. Amen? Price right now is telling me that there ain't no money here. A good rule of thumb is there's no money there and you don't have $1 billion sitting somewhere to influence price. And actually, Kim, it might not take that much. You know what I mean?
Yes.
You know, a couple $100,000 might move price.
Right.
So I know right here that there's no money here. So there's no reason for me to even consider. But I have to know that, right? I have to understand this signal. And what's another signal as far as momentum that's rearing its ugly head? And people get caught by this dude all the time. What do we have going on here? Come on, come on, come on. We have diversions here. Diversions is like a mugger in an alley. If you're not paying attention, you'll never see him. And Kim, diversions will knock you over the damn head, take your money,
And run.
and you can't help yourself. You can't give a description of nothing.
Yep.
You going home and getting the frozen peas out of the freezer and putting it on the back of your head. That's all you could do. But not being able to understand what this is, it's like driving your car and the light comes on. Well, E don't mean enough. You have to go to the gas station. So I don't have enough. There's no need for me to get in an upper or downward movement for that matter, because there's no money here. I can't tell momentum. But Kim, notice even with this candle being small, a wick on the upper movement has not shown up.
Right. No.
But everything on the momentum says that this is going to reject.
Mm-hmm.
Everything on the momentum says this is going to reject. Put GBP USD on your watch list for an upper movement.
Derek,
Yes,
would
sir.
there be a situation where diversion would be my gone brain dead, a delay indicator, or I may not be asking that question correctly, but it may not be really it's not moving with price, or
Okay, so
it's
you're
behind.
saying that if I look at diversions, it it could be past price, right? Is that what you're saying?
Yes, that's exactly it.
Well, okay. You know what that's like? That's like somebody's got their dog off the leash and they're barking at you and they're coming towards you and the owner says they don't bite.
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean?
I hear you.
If diversions is showing on your chart, it will bite you.
It has teeth, huh?
Mm-hmm.
They got teeth.
Got it.
So you know, the one of the things is, hold on, let me go back to this. And problems with traders and volume. Look right here. Not following the rules. So, so my answer is layered because I don't question whether or not it's past price or not. If the versions is showing up on my chart, especially on the momentum, there is I don't have to rationalize getting in. It is telling me I dare you to get in this trade. The chart is telling you I dare you. I double dog dare you to get in. When you see diversions, hey, all those other pairs that you have to choose from, hey, put it on your watch list or trap price and go about your business. This right here is a lack of discipline. Right here. Not being able to understand signals. So on that chart where I was showing these two small candles, I mean, some people will go ahead, well, I'm going to get in here early. Why?
Fear of missing out.
Yeah. Well, you know what, David? You are absolutely right. But let's go back. Let's go back to the chart. And you know what? You're absolutely right. And a lot of people feel like, oh my God, you know, I need to get these pips right here. Well, there's nothing saying that. Here's the thing about this trade. This trade is, or current price is stuck in between structure. Here's a fractal here. Here's a fractal here. And here. And here. And here. But it doesn't look like the jaws of death. We've seen a really, like, here's a good example of the jaws of death, right? But this trade right here, this forming of this trade is getting some people. Okay, see, we got a little wick right here. Another reason why we would wait. Got a little wick right here.
Yeah.
So, right here is a fractal. Not only that fractal, but right here, you have a flat top candle. David is absolutely right. People scared that they're going, I'm scared I'm going to get that, I'm going to miss that big trade. I don't know if you know this or not, but the Forex market is an $8.7 trillion a day business. Well, Derek, why'd you say that? Because that's just letting you know There's other trades out there.
I got a question, Mr. Taylor.
Sure, go ahead, bud.
You speaking on the divergence, is one way to check that is to go back through your time frames and see if all of them are pointing in the same direction.
I'm going to say no.
You know,
And the reason why I'm going to
okay.
say no is because of the fact that we get our trend from the 4-hour. We don't get our trend from the 15 minutes. We don't get it from the 30-minute. We don't get it from the day or the month. We get it from the 4-hour. Now, if let me clear these fractals off. Now I have diversions here on this chart, right? It's clear. Signals going down, prices going up. I have diversions here. Now, I'm gonna hate to do this, but I'm gonna do it anyway. I'm just gonna pray that y'all use common sense. The only way that you can override diversions if you don't have diversions on the momentum. If there's no diversions here, then you could get in the trade. But see, y'all, Kim, I hate I said that. But David is a little more advanced. So I wanted to ask his question, and I don't have enough time hey, David, let's talk real quick after class. Let me show you something. I don't have time for that. So David deserves a competent answer to that. So, David, I would not go looking at other time frames for diversions. And the reason for that is the fact that the lower time frames are more radical than the 4-hour. And I want to use radical because market conditions change from one trading period to another. And it changes rapidly. Why? Because the money changes so fast on the lower time frames. And that's the reason why I don't like to confer with them. But I come to the momentum here. And if there's no diversions here, then I would probably go ahead and get in the trade. If everything else still has to measure out, you still have to check all the boxes to get in the trade. You feel me on that?
Yes, sir.
So the question I would ask you, is there diversions here on the momentum?
You see, I'm on my laptop. I can't see it good. It seems like it seems like it bottomed out and then it's picking back up, but it's still
So the question
still kind of flat.
is there diversions on here? And the answer is it's good here, right? But it ain't good here. Why? Because price is moving upward. This signal is moving down. So the answer is, do I still have divergence here? Yes, you do.
Yes, sir.
Now, David, you might have some other some other signals or some other things that you look at maybe that get you in the trade. But this is what I would tell you guys. And I want everybody to pay attention to what I'm about to say. David mentioned something really, really important: the fear of missing out. How in the world are you missing out on money when there's $8.7 trillion of it? If you got even a hint of diversions, which means, well, Derek, what's that got to do with volume? I'm glad you asked. Because you have price indecision. And if you have price indecision, then you don't have any momentum to the upper or downward movement. I don't see anything telling me that I have to get in this trade right now. Now, what's the positives here? Well, because of where price is now Kim, this is this movement right here, these tweezers, this is what? A stop sign here. So this is saying that this downward movement now is over.
Yeah.
Which this right here confers or agrees with the momentum that this is probably an area of rejection. The lack of volume on the downward movement being over. Structure motivating price to the upper movement. And because right now I have tweezers here, I have to wait till midnight. And if I have to wait till midnight, am I missing out on anything? No.
No, sir.
So, inconsistency of trading. There's no way that you could be proficient in any of these things if you're trading 3-4 times a month. That's not going to happen. That's not going to happen. Ignoring past price. Past price is that you could say is a form of what, ladies and gentlemen?
Structure.
Yes. Yes. And usability. Go back to C number 3, inconsistency of trading. That's if you're having a problem with usability, it's because of this right here. Y'all feel me?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Hang on a moment. So why did we add volume to the order of operation? I was sitting here and we did this last year. This is something new. For years, I've only had those things that we talked about before, and we added volume because we needed to be able to locate elements of momentum. Well, what's an element of momentum? Well, an increase in the ADX, an increase in the RSI, whether it be in an upper movement or a downward movement, an increase in volume in current price. or a decrease like we just witnessed here with GBP USD. So if you can't, let's say you check all the boxes. Let's put volume to the side for a second. Let's say you check all the boxes, and let's say you're looking at price at the top of structure. If I don't have a clear understanding about volume, what can I get got by? If I'm looking at yesterday's high and I'm thinking it's going to break through here, and if I don't understand how to recognize elements of momentum when we're talking about volume, I could get got by what?
False breakout.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Absolutely. So that's why we added, and I can't believe, we went this long without adding it, because, I was always adding, for me personally, I wasn't teaching this at the time, but for me personally, I was always going to the momentum chart. And I developed it as a habit. And I was going also to my my setup on TradingView. I was going to those things because there were great tools there for measuring volume. So let's say I have price going up. Hang on here. Let's say I have price. Can you guys see my screen? See MetaTrader 4?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay.
Sir.
So let's say I have price coming up here and coming up to this level of structure, right? And I'm believing, and Kim, I'm believing that price is going to go past that D1. But if I don't look at the RSI, and the RSI is at 53, then everything else is fool's gold, because there's no gas to get me past, or no weight in the upper movement to get me past that level of structure. Y'all feel me?
Yes, sir.
So that's why I added volume to the order of operation. Y'all got me?
I got
Yep.
lost. I'm sorry.
Go ahead, David.
I got lost a little bit on that one. Miss Kim said a false breakout.
Mm-hmm.
So what you're saying? If the volume is not there and it's a false, and if it breaks out of that area that is like consolidating in or whatever, that's a false break, and that causes a false breakout.
So let's say price is moving up here, right? And you've been watching it, and it's coming up here. You've been waiting for this move, right? So here's price here at the day one, and it actually breaks through, right?
Okay.
So if you don't recognize that price is overperforming at this point. So if price is overperforming, I need that RSI to be 60 plus. And what does the RSI do? It measures overperformance in price. So
Oh,
if price is coming up here and it goes past here, but this dude is only at 53, it's telling me that it's trying to go the other way.
okay.
Because remember, this is our waterline. If the RSI is above 50, then it's operating in a buy. If it's below 50, then it's operating in a sell. And if I see price moving up and the RSI is at 57, then I look up and come back to the screen and it's at 53, then that element of momentum has now decreased for the upper movement.
Okay. Okay.
So if I'm looking at that, right, and also the ADX, that number is decreasing, and I see the negative DI number starting to increase. So let's just say that the positive DI is at 24. But I see I was watching the negative DI and it was at 13. Then you look up and it's at 18. It is telling me that the seesaw thing is starting to change. Now the negative DI is looking like it wants to be at the top, and the positive DI wants to be at the bottom. Well, that ain't gonna work if I'm looking for an upper movement.
Oh, right. Okay.
You feel me?
Yes, sir.
All right. Any questions?
I gotta get used to these indicators. Still, I'm kind of still new. I'm filling in on this. Uh, I want to thank Miss Kim and Greg. They've been helping me a lot um, with this forex. Is new to me. I always wanted to trade forex, but I never understood it. But I'm
But
seeing
but
that.
but you know what? And David, you bring up something that I wanna stress. We trade forex here. We trade crypto, right? Kim and I also dabble in stock, but for the most part, we're forex and crypto traders. That's just the arena in which we compete in, right? The principles that you're learning, David, tonight, it doesn't matter what you trade. You feel me? It's just price action. We just happen to be using forex.
Right. Okay.
But I can, when we do pocket options, it's the same thing. We just using the principles on of price action. We're just using in that place. We're just using pocket options on that particular platform. These principles that you will learn, you could take them to if you want to trade options, you could take them there. You want to be on any other because the thing, and I'm going back to an old story. Some of you heard it, some of you hadn't. But Kim used to trade with a group that did options, and they had a pretty good, healthy group until people started getting clocked over the head. Well, why did they get clocked over the head? Because they could not recognize structure, and for that matter, they couldn't recognize volume. So if price is heading in the upward direction and the candles start getting smaller, the RSI starts to get lower, the ADX is getting lower as it heads toward yesterday's high, or in our example tonight with GBP USD, as it comes down and goes and touches that demand box, and all of a sudden the money disappears, then we know that momentum for the downward movement, the money, everything has halted. It is in the train station at this point. And we're trying to figure out, are we going back up, or are we continuing in the downward movement? And right now, the train is in the station and they haven't made up their mind yet. And that is okay. Because, Greg, how much does it cost us to wait?
Not one thing, my brother.
Not one thing. Not one thing. Any other questions? All right. I know I'm behind on posting videos on YouTube. I think I have 9 videos in the queue to be edited and put on. I'm just behind. I will catch up here in the next, probably tomorrow. But Kim will tell you, I've been on the phone with her and I've edited 5 or 6 videos at one time. It doesn't take me long, but I just have to find the RAM to do it and the space and time to do it. But I'm planning on doing that tomorrow since I'm grounded here. Any other questions?
No question, but I love the slides.
I was just about to say that. Okay.
It's
All
really
right.
good. I'm enjoying.
Good. Well, there was a couple of things that I decided that I thought that I had to do, and this was one of them, just to try to make the class a little more dynamic. Now, sometimes you're going to be just straight trading, and I won't need slides. But when we're talking about a particular subject matter, like tonight and last night, the slides help, right? So, you know, I hope that it's helping you to comprehend what we're talking about. Maybe some people just need the extra visual. I don't know. Whatever we could do to make it easier for you to get to that next level. And and Kim and I are both committed, as well as the team here is committed to making sure that you get there. Because I want everyone to get there. You understand? I want everyone to get there. Because one day, hold on. One day, I don't know when it's gonna be, but one day y'all gonna hear this song. I'm so glad we had this time. One day.
I'm looking forward to
All
One
right,
day.
Carol Burnett.
One day, I'm gonna get on here. Hey, it's been real. Y'all have to go to YouTube.
it.
I mean, y'all. I don't think people can really appreciate the. I'm not saying my father was a bad father because he wasn't, but there were some things, because my parents were divorced, I wish I had. So what I tried to do is to be that father that I wanted for my children. Both Kims will tell you, when we first started trading, nobody knew how to trade worth a shit. They would always tell us to sign people up and all that, but nobody knew how to trade. So we went through it, and one of the things that I hated the most when I was in Dr. Spiller's class, because Dr. Spiller could have anywhere from 250 to 1,500 people online at one time. And if you had a question, you couldn't do like we are doing it now. You had to type it out. Maybe he read your question, maybe you didn't. And it was really frustrating. So I said, if I ever became an educator, I was gonna make the classes smaller. So that's why I do so many. You know, y'all's class is one of the smaller groups. You know, I have another class here in Houston, another group, and it's about anywhere from 65 to 80 people on there, and they're just over the thing where I can't leave the mics unmuted, because I mean, y'all could just imagine it'd be like herding cats. So I have some pretty large groups, and then I got a lot of medium and groups like this. Now there's something I said to Kim that I want to say to y'all. This group is very consistent on showing up, which I appreciate. I mean, because I'm telling y'all, man, if y'all master this thing, I mean, just get to the point to where, if you know what, baby, I want us to go on a trip. How much you think this trip? And Mama looks it up, or your significant other looks it up, and it's $1,500 if we're just gonna do this weekend thing. All right, and you go in the market and pull it. Yo, that's a good feeling. That's a good feeling. That's a good feeling. And I want you to experience that. So hang in there, stay consistent, be patient. Tomorrow night, we're going to talk about entering and exiting trades. Again, another one of the topics that we've gone over a few times, but I wanna be sure that as we go into the year, that when you are trading alone and you are by yourself, that you can tackle these things, because I know of talking to a few of you, I know this is a big deal for you guys. Okay, but this structure class last night and this volume class tonight, you combine those things, it will help you with entries and exits, and we're gonna talk about that tomorrow night. All right, y'all. There is no London. Matter of fact, let me talk to you about the London session. We're not going to do a London session until I come back from North Carolina. Okay? So we'll start back up with the London sessions unless there's something significant happening in the market and I want to, be on at 2 a.m. then or 4 a.m. then I'll let you guys know, hey, I'm going to get on in London in the morning because I'm going to be up. So if you guys want to get on and trade with me, we'll do that. But we'll go back to the Wednesday and Thursday sessions when I get back from North Carolina. Y'all got it?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right, ladies and gentlemen, y'all have a good night. And I'll talk to you tomorrow night. Have a good one.
Thank you. Have a good night, everyone.
Good night.
Good night.